Welcome back. Our next presentation is on the financial strategy. The presenter is our CFO, Abdulla Zaman. Before taking over his current role, he also has been the CFO of Ooredoo Qatar, and before that he has been in various management roles in the oil and gas sector as well as in transportation. He has been with the company since 2013.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being here today. I will discuss Ooredoo finance strategy. We have built robust pillars that place us in a strong position for the future. We focus on creating long-term value for all our shareholders. Our organization is lean, simple, agile to ensure long-term sustainability. We manage our operation to enable efficiency and opportunity. Smart capital allocation led to healthy cash flow for our shareholders in short, medium, and long term. We have been deleveraged over the past few years, reaching a comfortable level in a world where interest rates are rising. We can invest when others could be facing challenges. Our strong balance sheet and performance is showing in our investment grade status from all key credit rating agencies. Last but not least, ESG. Our mission linked to the sustainable success of all our stakeholders, our communities, our people, our investors. Our business is growing. Robust policies, processes, controls, and governments are in place to provide comfort to our shareholders and all other stakeholders. We make sure our organization is kept lean, simple, and agile to ensure long-term sustainability. Our policy, procedure, and internal controls are constantly refreshed, operating effectively across all our operations. It is in Ooredoo DNA to always look for improvements. Our transformation function makes sure that constant search for efficiency and new opportunities are rewarded accordingly. A healthy free cash flow is a top priority. Finally, One Ooredoo and digital transformation projects represent the tools that will further enhance these objectives, provide automation, simplicity, and agility to our processes across our operation. In the last few years, despite COVID and FX challenges, we maintain our revenue with healthy margin. We have the right combination of strategic asset, experience, professionals with a challenge mindset to bring sustainable growth in 2022 and for the future years. At Ooredoo, we focus on cash flow, and it has improved by 10% on the first half of this year. Enjoying a healthy and robust performance is important. It is combined with a strict and disciplined investment strategy. To achieve this, we carefully evaluated our present and future portfolio of assets to make sure that capital is invested in a strategic asset yielding high returns. Growth is sought after, but only at the right value. Therefore, our centralized process and governance make sure every dollar invested will generate sustainable, strong cash flow in the future. With major investment already completed in our main market, we expect the free cash flow to keep on improving during the next few years. We are delighted to reaffirm the guidance announced for this year. Additional, having more visibility at this stage, we would like to refine certain thresholds as follows. For revenue, currently expected to land at the higher end of the range, and full year capex currently to land at lower end of the range. Ooredoo has reduced net debt to EBITDA leverage ratio by full point since 2014 to 1.3 today. This is below board guidance. The Ooredoo board may consider a revision to the leverage guidance on the upcoming planning cycle. Ooredoo credit rating remains strong and reaffirmed stable following the Indosat merger at A- and A2 by S&P and Moody's. Ooredoo believes credit rating agency could have positive rating reflections given our improved risk profile. Ooredoo cash and RCF facility liquidity is a very strong and covering maturity in 2024. This is especially important in rising interest rate environment. Post 2024, our next bond maturity is $750 million in October 2025. Ooredoo has no interest rate risk given our debt structure. We have high 86% fixed rate component and cash balance exceeding the floating rate component. As previously mentioned, Ooredoo has adequate liquidity to cover maturity through end of 2024. Our focus from the refinancing perspective is now on rolling RCF maturity and the October 2025 maturity of our $750 million bond. We continue to monitor the debt capital market and to be ready for window of opportunity to secure long-term capital or flexible facility as needed in support of the group strategy requirement. Ooredoo cash position and cash generation can support new strategic investment, debt service, pay down, and or new dividend policy, which expected to be progressive. Ooredoo approach to risk management remains the same. We hedge transactional foreign exchange risk as much as possible and where economically to do so. We do not hedge translation foreign exchange risk as we are long-term investor in emerging market. From an interest rate risk perspective, I emphasize that this risk is mitigated by our high proportion of fixed rate borrowing and cash balance, which greatly exceed floating rate borrowing. ESG has been an important topic for us and is growing even further in terms of relevance. Ooredoo is committed to focus on its key ESG strategy and disclosure. Ooredoo sees increased regulatory focus and investor interest. ESG is impacting our decision-making process. Ooredoo started the ESG journey in 2018, and we continue to improve our disclosure, consolidating data across operations. The ESG push have been consolidated across all our operating companies. We have dedicated groups responsible for collecting data and ensuring improvements are made, raising awareness both on internal and external level already been made. Ooredoo is aiming to become regional leader on the ESG front. We are committed to establish a sound and progressive ESG framework and strategy, supported by two top investment banks with a strong ESG track record. We conducted benchmark exercise against both global and regional peers, identifying gaps and areas for improvement and potential area where Ooredoo can build its existing strength. Ooredoo is collaborating and working closely with other GCC peers in knowledge sharing journey that will help place Ooredoo and the region as ESG leader on the telecom industry. This will be achieved through policy exchange to support sustainable development, advanced carbon capture, digitalization, and human capital development to resolve social and environment challenges that face the local communities. Ooredoo continue to engage with multiple rating agencies in order to improve its rating and close existing gaps in disclosure by highlighting what the company already is doing, improving its existing policy and ensuring new policy are available on the public domain. Ooredoo scored 100% on the Arab Sustainable Report on collaboration with Qatar Stock Exchange. Ooredoo aspire to be the regional leader on ESG benchmarking and reporting and continue to improve on our existing reporting. Once the ESG framework is concluded, Ooredoo will evaluate the possibility of issuing an ESG related financing if the opportunity presents itself based on the financing requirement on the future. Ladies and gentlemen, this is conclude my financial presentation. Thank you. I'm looking forward for the Q&A.